Так, вообще не помню, как обычно. Что мы делаем, куда идем? Потому что надо что-то там в среду сделать. М. Так. Ага. Это я тоже помню. Блин, с таких игр на самом деле лучше не выпадать, вот насколько я выпадаю. Мы заняты. Катушки, грустные песни. Это все задания, нахуй. Уедь. Это пиздец. Не, мы сейчас что делаем? Бля, вообще не помню.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out tool.
All right. Ready? I turn, you press start. It's next to the preheater.
He's downplaying his excitement. The lieutenant is more than happy to show off his precious cat. The dashboard lights up with orange glow. The rounds per minute gauge jumps, and the engine of the Caprice 𝔻𝕚𝕤𝕤 comes like a leopard waking from its sleep, yawning and roaring. The lights unfold with a little click, casting electrical light onto the ground before the vehicle.
There you go. I'll turn them off from the remote once you're done. We just need to stand in front of the machine now.
As you hold your ledger's clip under the headlamp, an iridescent hologram appears, a street grid and the veins of a great river.
There she is. Rêve à l'ouest.
Around the borders of the watermark are dozens, no, hundreds of micro-perforations. The rectangular watermark is overlaid with the logo of the RCM, and yet the major arteries of Revachol are all recognizable. They shimmer in the 𝔻𝕚𝕤𝕤's headlights. You catch a faint glimmer from a broken beer bottle in the distance. Sounds. Two men.
Ah, Martinez at night. Let me see. Right here. Oh yes. Coal City. Le Royaume. The burnt-out quarter.
There are many of them, and they are divided into 3 separate rows. Right. There are many of them. The first row has 18 dots. The next is the longest. It runs all the way around the border. You count 216 perforations. Considering that nice, large number, a wave of pride washes over you. Though you can't say why, the last row has 3 perforations. That's it.
Those are perforations. They represent your record as an officer of the RCM. They are your statistics, as it were. I should have guessed you'd keep a record. Officers of
Alpha male officers who are proud of their numbers often do. 𝔻𝕚𝕤𝕤.
The first row represents your years
Блядь.
of service. 18 years. Okay, not bad at all. What did you do before you volunteered? That's what it says. I might have guessed even longer based on your age. What did you do all those blissful years of your youth? Fair point. Let's move on. This next row, the one that wraps all the way around, is your number of, wow, more than 200. It's quite a lot, even for someone who's been on the force for nearly 2 decades. Usually, clearing more than 10 cases a year puts you in the 90th percentile of all RCM officers.
Интересно.
Call it what you want. You are a valuable member of your precinct. Now, right, those are your confirmed kills. You've got precisely 3 perforations there.
Я убийца.
For an RCM officer, especially Precinct 41, which is in the Jamrock quarter, it's rather tame. I mean that in a good way. There are certain officers who treat their kills like some kind of ghoulish game. If they do happen to solve a case, it's usually by accident. But it seems as though you are, or at least were, one of the good ones. So we have that to be thankful for. Everyone has their own method of coping, some more effective or self-destructive than others. Personally, I find it helps to keep up a few hobbies.
Погонах тип-топ. Обед для лохов.
Par exemple,
Угу.
why not gardening? You've already got the yellow gloves.
It's meant in earnest. Please don't mistake it for a jab.
Yes,
It's not a problem for him to state it, however. The lieutenant nods.
right. I'll go turn off the lights.
Дверь в квартиру для Эврара. А я, кажется, помню даже, где это. Пиздюк еще дерзкий был где-то. Ага, вон он. Подожди, так, она же открыта. Или что? Я помню это место, мы тут были. Мгм. Во дворе за теплицей. Дверь на цокольном этаже. Это не цокольный этаж? Теплица. Труп пока трогать не хочу.
The trash container stand.
А, я помню. Ты ж хуила.
Fuck does Kuno care?
What's going on is an ungovernable youth on your crime scene. Like you don't have enough on your plate. You feel a sudden surge of self-pity coming on.
М,
Take the pain, fucko! Take the bad!
Smelling weakness. She loves it.
You heard that, see? Porker wants to talk about how he can't hack this shit. Porker wants to move in with Kuno.
Don't let him move in with us, Kuno!
You have no idea what to say now. You're just going to have to try to change the subject.
Kuno doesn't fucking care.
мгм. Подожди, а вот это что нахуй? А, это... мгм. Я все равно не понял. Дверь находится во дворе за теплицей. Дверь на цокольном этаже. Где это нахуй находится? Двор. Теплица, да? Это же теплица. Это, наверное, вот она. Ебать, а как туда попасть? Да-да. Мгм.
Whoa. What have we here? A bridge with loose nails and rot-infested wood that creaks in the wind. A construction code violation if there ever was one.
True, they never cleaned up the war damage. The rest of 𝔻𝕚𝕫 looks better, though.
Губу прикусил.
The bridge is fine enough. Locals use it all the time, after all. It's nothing to worry about.
Может, тебя монтировка огреть, а?
Are you trying to sneak up on me? Come to slit my throat?
Logic error. She is not sleeping right now.
Pig's come to take me out! Trying to snuff me out! Don't get fucking clever with me, pig! You think you're so Trying to sneak up on me?
Пиздец.
This must be it. The basement door is weather-worn. The copper nails holding the upholstery in place have turned green from sea air, and there's a knocker shaped like a lion's head.
There must be another way into the building.
Мгм.
The door to the you try to be as silent as you can. It takes a bit of rattling of the handle to finally, the door unlocks with a small clack. The sound of the key turning still echoes in the yard. Hopefully no one heard.
Сек. Завтра в 20:00 Хэллоуинская распродажа.
Only Curiosity could account for stepping over that threshold. Maybe there's treasure in there. There might be important information in the apartment. I mean, there might.
Ходить. А тут как-то... Вот, на тап. А, и на правую кнопку.
A row of mugs sits on the shelf. Each one depicts a human figure. A dark-skinned woman grinning amidst mysterious symbols. A little ring. Though cheerful, the images on the ceramic make you vaguely uncomfortable. The images betray a lack of interest in human beings. They are merely unflattering caricatures. The owner of these mugs doesn't like people of other ethnicities very much. Of course, so very free. And so fun. The lieutenant picks up one of the mugs, then puts it back down with a...
I'm beginning to feel better about breaking into this man's apartment.
Бля.
Yes, your broken mug friend would feel very much at home here. The same humor.
There's the missing tin soldier. Whoever lives here might have used the whirling's container to dump his trash. And now they've drawn the ire of the Union. The plot...
An interesting little clue. Let's see where this goes. Perhaps you should break into apartments more often.
Who knows? I'm not expecting too much from this clothes in the trash lead either way. It might turn out to be some random local matter, but...
You could ask Everard who this person is once you're done here.
Вообще просто одна концептуализация. Мгм. Мгм.
This is the flag of Revachol, the suzerainty.
Мгм.
This isn't just one sun, but there are little suns dancing around the big sun. This is the sevenfold sun miracle.
Мгм.
It's an optical atmospheric anomaly the first settlers saw. Happens in cold weather. 6 small suns around the big one. This complex halo phenomena is how old Revachol got its flag.
Mm-hmm. The tenant is an old-fashioned guy.
By old-fashioned, he means very right-wing. The lieutenant does not bow to the flag. It accepts your salute with quiet dignity. It is not my flag, he thinks. My flag is the signal blue of the zone of control.
Мгм. Эй, что думаешь?
Yes?
Ну, получается, все. You and me, we all go down in history. It's a statue of liberty. Интересно, почему диск Elysium жрет 5 гигов моей оперативы? Так. Что еще нам надо было сделать? Эвраж, кто это? РН про фотографию. Измените показания члена. Блядь, я еще с понедельника не все дела выполнил. Погоди. А тут мы пиздели с какой-то теткой, да?
You're back. Good. What can I help you with? You have? And how did you like Mr. Clare?
Я не помню, кто это.
Just? In what way? Of course. How else would he have stayed in power all these years if it were not for ethnic nationalism? Or wait. Corruption. That's how he's done it. Fantastic, Verm-like corruption, reaching into the bowels of the earth.
The position of my unusual colleague does not reflect official policy. I hope you understand.
Of course. And I don't expect you to share anything he told you with me. I'm not a corrupt Verm myself. However, if you felt like, how could I stop you? Are we not human? Are we not curious to hear another person's take?
Yes, your disgusting necktie agrees completely. Let's gossip.
Галстук, блядь, этот ебучий.
Did you now? What sort of borscht is he making? The strike brew. That's a classic. And by turn up the heat, I presume you mean put more alcohol in it?
Бля.
Beyond curious. I will choose to interpret that as you turning the alcohol in the strike brew down. And because I don't like the idea of them any more drunk than they already are. What else? Weird. Oh no. One of the positive things to come from the revolution is the unhindered exchange of information, you see. Even when it comes to, which isn't to suggest our talks constitute corporate espionage. Even if they did, it would be fine. But they don't, since you logged the money as a donation, and this is clearly just gossip between friends.
The lieutenant might have, but I don't remember you logging anything as anything, Harry.
Меня зовут Гарри.
Oh. That's so...
The lieutenant looks at you, and you can swear his jaw muscle is trembling. He's able to contain the anger and surprise.
Unconventional police officers sometimes lose their guns. They then go around and tell people about this, to gauge their reactions. It's all part of detecting.
Incredible. Simply incredible. And how is it going? Has this detecting produced a gun? Yes. As you said.
Please don't get him in a loop. If he gets in a loop, it will last forever. Ask him to see.
That's wrong. You don't get into this.
Of course. Thank you for the advice. I'm glad you were here to assist.
The lieutenant will be more lenient toward sharing those, hopefully.
Of course, Detective. Should something come up later, until then, is there anything I can help you with?
Я поговорил с водителем грузовиков и перекрестков.
Yes, my eyes on the harbour have sent word to that effect. What have you discovered?
Глаза в порту.
It doesn't really matter. And I do apologize for the surveillance. Wild Pines can't afford to be
One of the tall buildings overlooking the roundabout, most likely. That would give them a read on the entire quarter.
In any case, it's a relief to know someone has looked into it. If I may ask, will there be an official investigation?
The lieutenant is about to interject. Cut him off. This decision should be yours.
If there is an investigation, it will be part of an ongoing operation, subject to confidentiality. I am sure you...
Of course, detectives. In any case, you've held up your end of our arrangement. I trust you with the rest. Now it's my turn. I wouldn't normally break protocol like this, but the situation demands it. If you don't solve this murder, I'm afraid we may have a bloodbath on our hands.
The words bloodbath sound cold in her mouth.
Резня.
They taste of
Весело.
iron and strawberries.
Да нет. У Bloodbath возможно, а у резни нет.
Yes. I'm afraid this strike may descend into a small-scale civil war, with possible consequences for all of Rivershoal West.
Since you are sharing, ma'am, this is also the RCM's worst-case scenario.
Then we're on the same page, as grim as it may be. I have an indirect role to play, I'm sad to say. My employer experienced, absolutely not. These mercenaries are muscle, pure and simple. They're meant to intimidate the Union into surrendering.
Who are they, exactly?
𝔻𝕚𝕤𝕤𝕤, an Oranese military company. As far as I know, 3 arrived in Martinez. They report to me sporadically, but they do not answer to me. To be frank, our relationship is deteriorating. They wear ceramic armor, have semi-automatic weapons, and years of combat experience. They also have trauma and stressor disorder, and no idea how to conduct themselves in an urban civilian environment.
So, what happened?
The story is, one of them, the Colonel, I don't know his real name, sexually assaulted a local woman while he was drunk and separated from his unit. This allowed some of the more militant. He was taken out behind the whirling in rags and lynched last Sunday night. Nothing. Mr. Clare refuses to let me into the harbour. I have not been able to discuss this matter with anyone there. The remaining 2 Crenell contractors carry out their orders, for now. It's a smokescreen. In secret, they are conducting an independent military tribunal into the lynching. Once this investigation is concluded, executions will follow.
What is the nature of this so-called investigation?
Whether to execute one, some, or all of the Union militants. It's not good, no. My only hope is that you provide a single concrete suspect before the mercenaries indiscriminately pick theirs. Simply put, if you don't pin this on someone good, and do it fast, they will identify and execute everyone present at the lynching. This in turn will force the Union to respond.
They would have to project strength and power.
The Débardeurs have over 2,000 men. It will be 1,000 to 1.
Have you ever seen a hornet invade a beehive, Lieutenant? It's not pretty.
The 𝔻𝕚𝕤𝕤𝕤 giant hornet, the world's 2nd largest insect, can kill 40 honeybees a minute, while a group of 30 can decimate an entire hive of 20,000 bees in less than 4 hours.
These men work in tandem using semi and fully automatic firearms. Their armor is virtually impenetrable to muzzle-loaded weapons, even yours. Most Union workers don't have guns at all. As I said, a bloodbath.
It appears you found it, yes. And I'm not happy for you.
Too many things have already gone wrong. Nameless, badgeless detective of the citizens' militia. All we can do is keep that which is not from following suit. One single concrete suspect delivered into civil court, and I may be able to defuse this situation. Not much. Their public resume is relatively good, as far as private military contractors go. I believe they were once called Downwell. They boast a long list of clients: Saint-Baptiste, 𝔻𝕚𝕪𝕤𝕚𝕚. A warning sign, however. The operations concerned all take place in 3rd or 4th world countries. Guarding facilities, escort missions and such.
Meaning they're used to operating in war zones.
Yes. All the good conflict corridors, Supramundi, Yesut, the
Yesut.
Seminese Islands, countries that don't have a good record reporting atrocious military conduct on their soil. I wouldn't go as far as to use that term, detective.
It's
Teacher.
the expression she objects to.
Yes.
She picked a strange hill to die on. Strike. She's silent.
What is the purpose of this, detective?
Paramilitary death squad is a bit rich. But yes, were it up to me, I would have at least vetted them more thoroughly. I wouldn't go as...
It's the expression she objects to.
Sadly, no. Before this happened, I had little If you still have access to the...
The International Collaboration Police, ICP, is charged.
Do you know a lot about the inner workings of the RCM and the ICP, ma'am?
In my line of work, it pays to do your research. I was prepared to deal with the RCM. I did not think I'd be dealing with a group like 𝔻𝕚𝕤𝕤. I have, and they will. However, these orders take time to reach what is basically a rogue unit out in the field here. Until they do, it's all on us. Or he didn't. This is information passed on to me from some teenagers loitering around the canal, that the man was killed because he assaulted a local woman. I've asked around a bit. This seems to be the accepted story around Martin.
The lieutenant consults his notebook, his eyebrow.
Odd. We haven't heard any reports about an assault in connection with the lynching. Where did it take...
Last Sunday night, at the Whirling in Rags, the hostel by the gates. Supposedly, the colonel was drunk, maybe on narcotics too. Either way, he's alleged to have sexually assaulted a woman. Sometime later, a group of dock workers got their hands on him. That's a good question, officer. I don't have the slightest idea. As I said, it's a rumor about a rumor. In any case, it's what the colonel...
You'll meet her soon enough, you feel.
If you mean did I see him alive? Yes. 𝔻𝕤𝕤𝕤, his service name, a nom de guerre, most likely. He wouldn't divulge his full name. Only one of them did. A bad sign if there ever was one. One is a man, 𝔻𝕤𝕤, they call him, a nickname as well. The other a woman, Phyllis DePaul. 𝔻𝕤𝕤 is the gunner,
Да
I
ёбаный.
believe. DePaul is a radio operator.
Жу, блядь.
What would you say was his eye color, the deceased's?
She closes her eyes, trying to picture the man's face.
I can't remember.
The lieutenant was testing her, asking a small detail first to see if she knew him better than she let on. She passed.
That's all right, ma'am. Anything else? Nationality?
He was 40 or 50. It's hard to say which. He had a combat injury on his lower jaw. It made it difficult to estimate his age.
What else? Nationality?
He was, Occidental, I think. Light brown hair, a mixed In a way, it was humanizing. He had to learn to speak through it. Through the injury. That's all I know, I guess. They've gone to ground, as it were. I don't recommend seeking them out. For one, they're almost certainly armed to the teeth. They don't have the same respect for the Revachol citizens' militia as I do. To put it bluntly, they think you're vigilante.
Vigilantes. You're a professional officer of the only legitimate authority in Revachol.
You're likely to run into them eventually. When that happens, I'll be in a better position to mediate if I don't appear involved.
90%.
One is obviously the scab leader at the harbor gates. The one chanting the idiotic slogans. He's barely maintaining his disguise. The other has a vantage point in a building south of the roundabout. They were keeping tabs on you while you were canvassing the lorry drivers.
Ага. Угу. Ага. Угу.
That would afford a good vantage point. In any case, it's practically in.
Where is your radio for contacting them, if I may ask? Do you have an earpiece?
Heavens no. I'm not an undercover agent. There's a shortwave at the ship's wheel. That may be so. I still hope you heed my advice. There's no need to kick the hornet's nest.
For all your talk of averting this catastrophe, the situation at the gate is a powder keg.
Of course it bothers me, Lieutenant. But my hands are tied. How would my employer react if it appeared?
Your concern may be appearances. Ours is keeping the peace.
I hope I can answer it better. Until the executions start? Truthfully, I don't know. It depends on their progress identifying the members of the lynch mob, and their impatience.
They don't report their progress to you?
Not on this matter. I'm afraid they consider this a personal initiative. It's a matter of days, not weeks. I am sorry to have been the bearer of bad news. If there is anything else I can help you with, please ask.
What?
Tremble. The time is now. Taola.
Да, Оля. Что происходит?
Time for the show. For Taola. The hallowed time of fear and disintegration. A countdown has begun. All will collapse on itself. Ulogu Theodos. Xeno Zausin. Ipoli Osithien. Echondes Fronisin.
Угу.
Monday morning, the moment you arrived in this reality, are the first crack in the sheer face of God. From you it will spread. Yes, you spoke the words of the Palindropos and the houses of Pericarnassus. Items, people, even words will tumble. All will lose its meaning in the coming years. That is why you marked yourself. It's totally also a coping mechanism. So you should be. The world island crumbles at your feet, and in the far plain, Palindropos. Perhaps, just a thought, this has something to do with the hangover.
Хм. Бля, даже не знаю. Я хочу согласиться.
The face of the woman fractures. There will be herd killing. We all become vapor.
Э, Что? 𝔻𝕚𝕤𝕚𝕞, я помню это. Ну. А, О! М, На дуде играть сам. М, Бля. Ай, сука. М, а, Может, внушение прокачать? Сука. Чё-то вообще не знаю, что прокачать. Я ебал. Можете разговаривать в своей одежде, блядь. Перс.
A sturdy metal door guards the southwest entrance to the apartment building. It's locked.
Слышь?
Hello again, officers. Have you come to admire my mural?
Сюда нельзя. Ну, беги давай. Я не знаю, что делать.
Fuck does Kuno care? Yeah? The kingdom of Kuno? The fuck do you want with it? Dunno. Kiptas gardener used to work there.
Kipt is a pejorative term used to describe people of South Seminoese or 𝔻𝕚𝕚𝕤𝕚𝕤𝕚 descent. It used to be a common first name among the 𝔻𝕚𝕚𝕤𝕚𝕬s of 𝔻𝕚𝕪𝕤. Not so much anymore.
Yeah, that's what Kuno said. She couldn't handle the heat, so she took off. Kuno can take it. Shit's nothing to Kuno. The fuck does this have to do with the Kuno? Kuno doesn't give a shit who she is. Look at that fucking shit. You're trying to get Kuno killed. Fuck does Kuno know? Kuno's not a fucking acrobat.
The lieutenant takes a quick note in his notebook.
It's a trap, Kuno! Don't climb it, Kuno!
Yeah, Kuno doesn't know shit about that. That shit is beneath Kuno. Listen, listen. Kuno doesn't care about this small-time shit. Just listen. Kuno saw what you did there. Kuno could hook you up with some sweet rags. Shit like Kuno's wearing. Your size, good price. 500 real.
У меня 65.
You'd have to be blind not to notice the giant white letters FALN running down his trouser leg.
Pig, these are found modulars. Liquid fit, performance crotch, urban survival shit. Made in Mirova by scientists. Pants scientists. Believe it, you need this shit.
These could drastically improve your chances of survival in the urban wilderness. Coach Physical Instrument endorses these pants. They are tartan ready.
Look, Kuno ain't seen shit lying around, except for that up there. Now, you want performance gear or not, Grandpa?
The lieutenant remains silent, but his expression couldn't say, "I told you so," any louder.
All right, Pico. Shit's rolling.
Don't do business with the pig, Kuno. He's gonna steal all your money.
As you can see, Kuno and C don't trust you. Can't do business without trust.
There's more to his distrust than being a pig. He feels threatened by something obscure in you. What that is, however, remains a puzzle for now.
The fuck? A mug in the trash? Is this about the fucking clothes again? Yeah, Kuno sees where this is going. Kuno's got that fast brain. You saying you pigs are after the mug fucker, 'cause he's the clothes fucker?
I can't hear you, Kuno. Speak louder, Kuno.
Shit, that's tense. Someone's going to the beat-down basement, huh? Mug guy gonna get tied to the radiator. Kuno doesn't know who put that shit in there. And if he did, he wouldn't squeal. But if you find out, maybe you can...
Tell the Kuno who it was. He's curious. He likes putting two and two together here.
Stop turning into a pig, Kuno. They're trying to get you hooked on the snitching. Get away from my Kuno.
Yeah? Get your bacon shit away. Kuno doesn't like to be seen with the popo. Get your shit done and out of Kuno's face. Yeah, whatever. Kuno doesn't give a shit. Kuno doesn't fucking care.
What do you see?
Так, мы же это уже...
The corpse looks at you with bulging white eyes. The face around them does not look human. It's swollen and ready to burst. His lips are fish-like and his tongue like a ball gag in his mouth. You seem to be holding your breath. A cargo belt twists his neck at an unnatural angle. The body below appears stiff. It's letting out an ungodly rot. The smell seeps in even through your clenched nostrils.
Ну, 8%, блядь.
Active decay. It's okay to throw up, officer. No one is judging.
He's about to blow. Cop's gonna blow, Kuno.
The smell is repulsive. It pushes in from your mouth, more instant and more familiar than anything you'd expected, more fever than odor. It fills your mind. Too late. It's impossible to keep in. Your body curls and pushes it out, burst by burst, until a pool of vomit lies under your feet and your throat stings from the stomach acid. The smell of Commodore Red rises from the pool. Among it, distilled spirit and bits of shish kebab.
Shish kebab.
Keep it. The hangover is clearly making this worse for you. You could use some ammonia to clear your head. That young woman, the gardener, mentioned she used salts for the smell. If she doesn't have any, there might be some in the frit store nearby.
There he still is. Look.
То есть мне еще нужно нашатырный спирт, блядь, найти. Так тут-то все спят, наверное, надо внутрь. Давай, поехали. Ну ты идешь. Идёт.
You see a heavy steel door with
Тихо, человек не слышал, кто-то работать. Угу. Круто.
Can I help you? Thanks. I hope you found what you were looking for. How strange. I certainly didn't put them there. I think fugue states are more your forte, officer. Sylvie had the keys before I got here, and I can vouch for her. I can vouch for all my staff. None of us would tamper with the crime scene. The trash collection service? CS Municipal. I don't see why they would put anything in the trash, though.
Ah, the elusive CS Municipal. I doubt we'll be able to track down who was sent here last and when. This will have to be one of those little threats that solves itself down the road. Thank you anyway.
Yes?
Не знаю. Я вообще не знаю, чем заняться, если честно. Ну и нет тут нихуя.
A lorry abandoned by its owner, stuck in the interment. A lorry abandoned. The smell of cigarettes and perfume welcomes you. The cabin inside is plastered with old movie posters. Actresses smile from the walls. There's something odd about the passenger seat. The seating fabric has been pulled tight over the lower side of the seat where the toolbox should be. Voila! A stack of neatly folded papers has been stashed behind the seating fabric. You see 3 maps depicting a large metropolitan area. It's Revachol. Some of its routes and highways have been outlined with a pen.
Да ебаный рот.
Bonne prise.
И чё?
This large map displays the elevated motorway called 881. The intake leading to Martinez is marked with a blue X. There's another X on the off-ramp at a place called the Old South.
Так.
Toll booths at the intakes are marked with a circle. It looks like there are scant few ways of getting onto the elevated motorway that runs over Jamrock, and this person knows them all. There, hundreds of thousands of motor carriages roar on the 881, high above the massive brown and red roofs, to Couronne, through the middle-income neighborhoods there, by the river. And then, this municipal map from the 30s displays no storm will ever drown Revachol. The final map displays a labyrinth of service tunnels left over from the construction of. Looks like the smugglers have infiltrated the road network belonging to East Motor Tract.
So it would seem. The RCM patrols most of these auxiliary roads, though apparently not all of them. Hard to say. This distribution network looks certainly large, yet still vague enough. It doesn't reveal much about the 𝔻𝕚𝕤𝕤 behind it. The 𝔻𝕚𝕤𝕤 is a Revacholian crime syndicate. They see themselves as the inheritors of the 14 Revacholian Indo tribes, but really they're just violent gangs vying for control on the west side of Revachol. With cool names like La Puta Madre and Ahura
Puta
Mazda,
madre.
it's a dark parody. It's definitely not the Union. They just do some logistics. This operation has spread everywhere in Jamrock. If it's that widespread, then Madre remains the most likely. Here's bad news. There have been attempts at a serious investigation before, but they haven't ended well for those.
Lieutenant Kitsuragi is a brave man for saying Madre's name without the winces and whispers that usually occur.
Best not to disturb the scene. I'll have forensics go over the lorry and...
The stack of maps looks just like before. But you close the rusty old lorry.
Это хорошо. Если нема. Блин, Ким, что делать?
Yes?
Можем пойти спать. Вот что-то я не подумал. Чего мы ночью будем ходить? Я не помню. Да. Пока. Пойдем в зеркало посмотримся.
A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. In it, your face, adorned with the expression.
Есть болторез. У меня только крowbar.
The bed is still cold from the wind blowing in from the broken window. The mattress creaks as you close your eyes and try your hardest to fall asleep.
Here we are again, my broken bird. The waves are coming, carrying you away. But you can't go. No, you're not cooperating. It's your disgusting body. Even through your sleep, you feel a vague discomfort suffusing it. Your belly and your sides are unpleasantly tender. You wish you could curl up.
That pain in your right side is your enlarged liver, by the way. As for your kidneys, every cell in your body is moaning in agony, asking, what did we ever do to you?
Толку-то в этом теле, если никто не
And
тешит.
why might that be the case? What lover lights on such a bloated corpse to be?
Oh yeah, baby. Frame your suffering as a masterpiece. Only one problem. No one's You're just stuck here, in the half-world. Could try looking at other people. Really looking. But why would you want to start doing that? Sure you do.
Some of them are. Some of them are not. At least they're interesting. Each one has a process just like yours. People are beautiful, statuesque, parodies and tragedies of themselves. A great democracy of creatures.
What do you think you're doing right now? Coming to some greater awareness? Look at all these lights, blinking in and out of existence. Thoughts!
Let it.
But it never seems to let you go, does it?
Ой, и кошмары нахуй снятся. Давай нахуй.
The window stands broken in its frame. The window stands broken in its... The morning light hurts your eyes. It's hazy.
Ага. Ну пошел,
Yes?
Доброе утро.
The woman in an RCM patrol officer's uniform winces as she
Это
notices
Собчак?
you.
I would really prefer not to talk to you right now.
A patrol officer is the lowest rank in the RCM, below lieutenant and sergeant.
I'm definitely not the cavalry. Yes, I am. I know.
Here's the real deal.
It's hard to tell whether he's sarcastic or sincere. But if you had to guess...
I don't know. I mean, why would I want to talk to you? No, you haven't wronged me. It's okay.
Something changes in her. It's pity.
Okay, fine. Let's talk. What did you want?
What does one talk about with a fellow officer?
What precinct?
Am I from? God, he doesn't know.
Fucking deranged lunatic.
Это кто сейчас сказал?
I don't know what to say.
Don't say anything, Judith. Me? No. I'm just a man with sunglasses. I like wearing sunglasses inside. Sunglasses and a fucking wig.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm just looking out for...
You?
No one. I'm just a man with sunglasses. And you are?
Yes. A policewoman who just wants to do her job. That's all.
Something about the man with sunglasses and you. The energy between you two is making her...
You look like shit. And I don't mean that as a metaphor.
Я не знаю, так задумано.
Like undercover?
Well, as far as disguises go, this is one of the best I've seen. I mean, I could swear you're an actual bum.
Oh, come on, Jean. It looks like it's been a rough week on him.
It's not just this week. What do you want?
There's something about this guy that matches with a face in your head. A similar, but he might be wearing a disguise. You know what it is. It's like the two of you know each other. Just ask him.
Oh, I definitely know you from...
Another life.
Yes, from another life. A different life. Maybe the life of a police... To what station do you think you would belong in this alternate and totally fictional reality?
Ну, я не могу не выбросить 9.
I think even in this fictional reality, the 57th would still be my station.
My condolences. Go ahead. Have another guess. Okay. That's plausible. That's entirely plausible. Now we're really getting somewhere. Somewhere good. Yes, it's a hobby of mine.
As if waiting for some kind of reaction or response. Something to click.
I'm not getting involved in this.
It's not my style, he thinks, glancing at the man in sunglasses and the woman beside him. Oh boy, they're mad at him. No wonder. He just doesn't recognize them.
About what? You don't look like a cop. You know what you look like?
На куль с дерьмом?
Exactly.
He didn't answer your question.
No.
No, he doesn't.
If I wasn't clinically depressed, I'd burst out laughing. But I'm gonna go with no right now. Actually, I don't want to hear you say things.
Come on, Jean.
Okay, say things. I want to hear you say things.
Hear that? He wants you to say things. Say one. Suddenly, out of nowhere, case-related things start popping up in your head.
You're not shitting me, Millen. I can smell it all the way here.
We're getting to it. There have been complications.
I would love to, but I'm busy fucking off and not cramping your style. And that might cramp it, you see? Helping you. I don't know. Why are you?
It's like you felt it would be intellectually stimulating and would lead somewhere. A custom
Oh my god, there's more. You want something more? What is it? Okay, why not? So, do you know who hanged him? Yeah, I can see that. I don't know. Oh my god, there's more. Okay. Oh no. You see, I enjoy watching other better cops solve crimes. And let me tell you, it's been quite...
This isn't helping.
You're not going to believe this, but... Police officer. Yes, sir. Solving crimes, locking up bad guys, and get this, and not getting that drink. Just some regular boring motherfuckers in suits and uniforms. Nothing spectacularly extravagant like you, the far-out son of Lang. Oh, it's you eccentric genius. I mean, with your unorthodox approach to police work, it has to be you. Not even a little bit.
It's an urban myth about an officer who is so far undercover he can't remember who he is. As I said, just an urban myth.
He's trying to protect you from further rough handling, dished out by this sunglassed man.
Let's be crazy. Let's say you and I are partners. How's that for a thought experiment? None taken, my friend. None taken. Let's be honest. There's been some purely fictional talk in our imaginary station in regards of who'd even... And the conclusion is that a man with your caliber should form... Let's be crazy. Let's say you... No, because in this thought experiment, we are police officers in a police station.
Come on, stop it.
Let's be crazy. Would you now, or would I be cramping your style? Never mind. Partner. Okay. How about you stop wasting my time and get on with whatever you were doing then? Let's be crazy. Let's say you and I are partners. How's that for thought? Would you now, or would I be cramping your... Oh god, I'd hate for that to happen. You know what might help prevent that though? You doing your fucking job. Let's be crazy. Let's say you and I are partnered. Would you now, or would I be cramping your style? Oh god, I'd hate for that to happen. You doing your fucking job. Let's be crazy. Would you now, or would I...
I'm not your partner. This union is temporary.
A little premonition for you, Lieutenant. Sooner or later, probably sooner, your new friend tells you he doesn't need you. He will then suggest you should fuck off.
Ах ты, сукин ты сын, блядь, завали ебло.
When that happens, I suggest you take his advice.
The lieutenant merely bows his head in response.
Меня не любит.
Neither can I, partner. Neither can I.
Не стреляй, ёп.
It's a mere second, but it feels like you saw something. A gram of compassion in that sadness.
Watch out for yourself, loser.
That voice, so very familiar. Did you hear it when calling to your station and reporting your badge missing?
Oh, really? I wonder where.
Я не хочу этого говорить. Нет, нет. Как отмена. Ну, я не хочу.
That's the where you remember me from? Okay then. It's probably a coincidence. People sound alike. Goodbye.
Detective Cousteau. Monsieur Cousteau, the reward for coming up with your classy new name has arrived. What are the attributes Detective Cousteau should gain in? Obviously, savoir-faire and esprit de corps. You know exactly what they do and what... Okay, the man with the sunglasses and his hypothetical Station 41. Weird, right? There's something missing here. Something you can't put our finger on. You know what? Just ask him. I know it sounds crazy, and you'll probably get laughed at, but still. Yes, just cross it off the list. It's probably not.
Again? I can't believe this shit. I'm going to say no. just to see what you'll say to that. What'd you say? God fucking shit.
None of this is great news for him. Okay, I was clearly wrong. He is a firefighter, male nurse, animal control agent, something of that kind, not a cop.
Oh, hello, dear. There.
Can I help you?
The man ponders his cooking utensil.
I've got nothing to say to you.
Behind the dockworkers, a ceiling-height window. The hawthorn branches scrape the glass like bony fingers. Nothing. Just black tangles like the hair of an old woman. Motionless. The wind in the yard doesn't reach the hawthorn, nor there's a little slide panel up there to let some air in. No need to open it in spring. It's still too cold outside.
Looks like the circus left town, but the clowns are still here. What are you talking about, madman? There's no 8th Hardy Boy. There's 7 of us and we're all here. Or what? You want to be the 8th Hardy Boy? We ain't hiring.
Actually, boss, we've been talking and we think she could maybe...
This person Glenn wants to hire, he really respects her.
Shut the fuck up, Glenn! I do the talking here. Now what the fuck do you want, cop?
It has to be good, if he won't let you pursue it. Looks like the lieutenant thinks so too.
So let me get this straight. There is an 8th Hardy Boy. It's a she, and you don't like us talking about her?
That's right. We're not talking about this. This is a private Hardy Boys matter. Nothing to do with your shit. And you're not cops here. Don't go digging around if you don't want a bullet in the back of your head.
Good. We are all watching each other. Officer, your question.
There's no point in pushing it further, he thinks. This is already a victory. We'll learn more about this 8th Hardy.
Like hell you have. There is no local drug trade. This place is as clean as a rifle. Go back to...
We'll do that. In the meantime, did you know that there's an abandoned lorry at the intersection that was used to move raw ingredients for drugs from Terminal B to Jamrock? The person driving it was present at the hanging. It was one of you. We've connected the footprints. Detective, do you want...
No, the thunder is his. Leave it to the lieutenant.
Thank you. You're right, Titus. There is no local drug trade, because it's so...
That's a mighty interesting theory. I guess that's what you would need to do, theoretically. A big, strong, state-run monopoly would outcompete the run.
Yeah, man. Theoretically, that's what you would do. To get rid of the gangs?
You would need good, trustworthy people to take their place, of course. Hardy men to run such a monopoly. For the good of the community, of course. boo fucking who. People will always be taking drugs. Might as well do it clean and organized.
Yeah, that's what the labor movement is all about. Clean and organized. And the Hardy Boys are running it.
Theoretically, of course. We're just talking politics here. My answer to your drug accusation is, how dare you? Go fuck yourself.
Not quite yet, Mr. Hardy. There were 8 sets of prints on the crime scene. There are only 7 Hardy Boys here.
My answer is, fuck off. Mind your own business.
Finally, you got something out of him. This could prove useful in the future.
And here we go. Back to the usual.
I know! Fatty walked on all 4s. He's so fucking fat, he left 2 sets of footprints. Go fuck your mom, Dennis.
That's more like it, boys. You heard him. It was Angus on all 4s. Anything else you need to know?
Yeah. By friends, you mean his squad mates from 𝔻𝕚𝕤𝕤𝕚.
Wouldn't want to beat up his grandma.
This is what happens if you take the law into your own hands.
Let them come. The Hardy Boys are right fucking here.
You heard the man. Right here. We're armed. We got the whole...
Yeah. 𝔻𝕚𝕚𝕚𝕤𝕚.
Джойс, по-моему, вообще какая-то девка из киберпанка. Или там... Не помню.
The fuck is that supposed to mean?
We're not bees, we're men.
Easy, E. He's trying to phase you. What are you trying to do? Scare my men? So are the local gangs. The fucking Barmy Army.
Yeah. What are they now, huh?
These people are trained military professionals with decades of combat experience.
No, they're not. They're uncoordinated and drunk. We know more about them than you think. We got weapons of our own. We got Ister 50s, 𝔻𝕚𝕚𝕤𝕚𝕚. Glenn's got a knock cannon at home. I guess we're gonna see.
That was an unsure phrasing.
Yeah, like you've been up against ceramic armor. You haven't even seen the whole suit, right? Big fucking surprise. They hire psycho scum, arm them to the teeth, and let them loose in the city. What do you think is gonna happen? What do you mean, okay? Goddamn right we do.
Fuck yeah, we have.
Yeah, we got...
This guy will be the first one to bail.
И все?
It's you again. What is it?
Ты так и будешь ходить туда-сюда, блядь, еблуша. О.
Incriminating. Now that you mean these boots? We all got a pair. We wore. Yeah, we did this together.
No, you don't. What you have is 7 honest men who thought it for.
All 7 together. They're diluting responsibility. They're playing to their considerable strength in numbers. Don't talk about arresting them. You'll only bring attention to your inability to do so.
You don't have to answer any of his questions.
I know, Lizzie. Relax. We killed him last Sunday night. Seemed like a good way to end the week.
Known him? We don't associate with...
Yeah! Who do you...
Quiet. He came around about 3 weeks ago when that Pines cow...
By the Pines cow, you mean Joyce Messier? The representative for White Pines? The same company?
No. I mean the Pines cow. The stupid-ass cow they sent in to fuck us over. But you know what?
This is where he tries to sow discord between you two, because he knows the company is...
Why don't you ask her about the pretty boy? I'm sure she has interesting things to say when you ask her hard enough.
That's enough insinuation for today, Titus. Officer, your interview is drawing to an end. Don't waste your last questions. Are you deaf? There will be no singling anyone out. You can't. Do you think you could do...
A trick question. Don't let her lead the conversation. Titus, keep addressing him. He wants everyone to know he's in charge.
Who do you fucking think does? You keep him the fuck out of this. We have autonomy.
When the shit starts spinning, it will not land on Mr. Clare. That's the deal here. The fixer will ignore the notion completely.
When Titus Hardy says he runs the Hardy Boys, he means that in an administrative capacity. On the...
We hanged him up by his neck until he got real still.
Didn't they teach you anything at the cops?
You're pretty sure you've had at least 2 years of cop school and many more of active service. This is where an autopsy would come in handy. You have to work with what you know.
Titus, you don't have to...
We overpowered him, dragged his unconscious body to the tree, put a noose around his neck, and hanged him till he was dead instead.
Then we left him for seagulls, maggots...
Make them a bit more uncomfortable first, then see if it all adds up. Actually, they're admirably, surprisingly composed. The entire room. Given well, this one, but he's always fidgeting, so don't get your hopes up.
With numbers, asshole. How do you think? You're...
No, he hasn't. Not yet.
Right fucking here. The fucker pranced in here like he owns the place. Got what was coming to him.
Titus lets the others clear out the details, so he doesn't get his hands muddy with explaining too much.
Like what, Copper? Why? 'Cause he was worthless mercenary scum. And he stepped out of line. In mine. And he stepped out of line.
What kind of mercenary?
The kind that shows up when you start a strike. The experienced kind, too. Had 𝔻𝕗 and 𝔻𝕚𝕤𝕤 written all over him. Ex-Oranese Special Forces.
A live grenade. Right here in our bar.
This one has a special gripe with him coming here.
I can't prove it, but I know he was sent by the Wild Pines. They hire merc shit like that. Story of every strike from here to Samara.
Cause one night, he walked straight up to the mic and said, "I'm Oranese goddamn Special Forces."
Really?
Yeah, really. Had a gin and tonic up there, sang some Oranese paratrooper song.
We couldn't believe it either, but he fucking did, right there.
Sire, the tale is true. This is a serious violation of the karaoke code.
Wrong. He harassed women, raped one, harassed workers, threatened to kill some as a warning.
Ревет он.
From rape to harassment to threats of violence. Why the strange de-escalation? He regrets mentioning it. Hopes you do.
To kill us all, if we don't open the gates, if we don't let the scabs in.
Yeah, he said it was his favorite joint now. Started to come in here.
He grabbed someone?
Yeah, this girl's on the mic. A beautiful girl, young. Show me your cunt. Why don't you show me your cunt? Then he gets knocked on the head with a wine bottle. Doesn't even fall down.
Aren't you fucking listening? My man is talking to you.
Yeah, me and Eugene got her out. Aren't you?
There's something odd here. Seems like they don't want to talk about that rape Titus mentioned. Why not? This is a serious allegation. Make them talk.
No, you're not getting the name. That's a 𝔻𝕤𝕤𝕤 matter, and I'm not discussing it with...
Despite the stonewalling, you can slip one more question in.
Titus, do not answer.
Fuck off, Carl. She's gone through enough without you harassing.
What are you talking about? Embarrassment. If someone has been sexually assaulted, we need...
What you need is to get the fuck out of my face. I've had enough of it.
As you can see, these men can only take so much baseless scrutiny. I'm doing my best to keep the situation civil.
It's true. She was the only thing holding him back.
How many people have you sent to the 𝔻𝕝𝕤𝕤? Ever felt remorse?
𝔻𝕝𝕪𝕤𝕤 is the method of capital punishment in...
Or send them to Reunion to rot. For 20 years. For life.
The River Esperance Correctional Facility, a military prison run by the coalition, dubbed Reunion by the inmates. The origin of the name is unknown.
Rest assured, lawman. None worse than our guy. He got how many people?
Or send them to Reunion to rot. For, oh, so you are just a simple, well-meaning man, eh? Ever been in solitary?
He's clearly been in solitary confinement, and at a young...
So he's hanging a man, slowly, without breaking his neck.
How many people?
𝔻𝕝𝕪𝕤𝕚.
Or send them to reunion to rot. For 20 years.
But you see, a lawman, is something people agree upon. And here in Martinez, how many people have you sent?
Or send them to reunion to rot. For 20...
Doesn't remember them.
Ain't no use keeping a stiff.
Nothing. Your investigation here is done. Leave Martinez.
I think we're going to stick around, thanks. Some things don't add up here, Titus. I've done this job for long enough to know that people don't just confess to first-degree murder. Even if it is a group responsibility.
Да, скорее всего, кто-то попросил создаться.
Good luck with that. You've heard everything a rent-a-cop is gonna hear from us. Real law officials.
Rent-a-cop? So that's what this is about. He doesn't see you as his equals. Establish authority. Yes. Authority. Feverish thoughts race through your mind.
Затопать ногами. Кем мне нужен твой пистолет?
And what exactly is it you've been doing that's so goddamn all the while talking racist shit? Don't think we aren't watching fascia.
Ну я понял,
Fascia. That's short for fascist.
Of course you have. You've been calling people Kip left and right, inciting race violence.
Kylie said they've been trying to set up a race rally, whatever the fuck that means, trying to get the Kips out of Revachol before the economy goes to shit.
He's not racist, and there is no rally. There is no Carly either. It's a joke. Let's move on, or get some air.
What happened? You got your ass handed to you.
Always
Always go with the gun. How are you going to get out of this now?
Again.
Good one, Titus.
About
Жрать. Так. На сегодня все, наверное.